Bing Crosby was the guy who made sweaters cool. Okay, well, maybe not so cool. He did, however, sell about a gazillion records, hits like Swingin' on a Star and You Are My Sunshine, and patented the whole folksy crooner thing. But before anyone even knew the words to White Christmas, 10-year-old Harry Lillis Crosby and his 6 siblings moved into this 9-room house in Spokane, Washington. Filled with original details like the living room's fir woodwork accents, oak hardwood floors, and centerpiece fireplace, the home was built for the family in 1913 on Sharp Avenue. Marty Pujalar works in the Crosby home for nearby Gonzaga University, which now owns the residence.
I think what we learn about Bing from the house is that he came from a modest family. They were hardworking. The house was very well kept up. In the time when this house was built, it was common practice to put the finer wood on the main floor of the building and then put more inferior wood on the second floor that was generally painted.
Now, at this point, you might be asking how Harry became Bing. Turns out he bore more than a passing resemblance to a comic strip character named Bingo, hence the nickname. No word on whether Bingo wore sweaters. Bing's father, Harry, was a bookkeeper at a local brewery and a music lover who bought his family one of the first commercially available phonographs.
If I were here in 1920 when the Crosby family was all living here, I'm sure we'd be surrounded by music. I've been told that there are always people out on the porch singing, gathering and enjoying each other's company, and I think that was what marked the Crosby family during the period of time that they lived here.
Upstairs in the home, Bing shared this room with a couple of his brothers. It's now an office.
The most interesting story of this room was when 2 of Bing's brothers were sitting here. One was showing the other gun safety. All of a sudden, the gun went off, blew a hole in the large window. According to legend, both brothers jumped up, ran out of the house over to St. Al's Church, and said the rosary for over an hour.
Musically, Bing's prayers were answered in 1920. While enrolled as a law student at Gonzaga, he bought himself a set of drums and joined a local band called the Musicalators, led by Bing's pal Al Rinker. Pretty soon, the group was so successful that Bing dropped out of college and began to pursue his musical dreams full-time. In 1925, Bing and Al Rinker made the great leap forward. They packed up Al's car and headed south, young men in search of Hollywood, and the stardom that would make Bing Crosby the most famous sweater wearer in the world. Until Mr. Rogers, that is.
My one-word description for this house would be homey. I think it was homey for the Crosby family when they lived here. We have people here, they come in, they get that same feeling, and when they leave, they tend to all leave with a smile on their face.
Still to come, before being linked to James